Few nations actually are as great as the Mughal Empire is in EU4, and because of that, today we'll be starting as the Timurids will be forming the Mughals. And once we get 8,000 likes on this video, I'll be doing the second part where we're going to be conquering all of India before 1500 even reaches, so that means by 1480s, 1490s as the Mughals. I'm actually going to record both parts in the same session and then just edit the second part whenever I get the like goal, of course, and release it. Now, why the Timurids into the Mughals? Well, obviously because it is insanely overpowered. The Timurids start off as the remnants of the Mongols around this particular area, and they have multiple subjects. Transoxiana, Afghanistan, Sistan, Khorasan, and Fars are their subjects. We have cores on most of these areas with a few exceptions on Afghanistan and Sistan, so it's going to be instant integration once we're able to in 1454, and essentially we double in size. Ajam also starts off as a breakaway, a rebellious state of the Timurids in 1444. From a historical perspective, this is very accurate. They did have some rebellious issues, and as you can see, the leader of Ajam is also one of the Timurid family members, but we do start with cores on all of Ajam, and we're going to be using that as our initial first war to make sure that we have the development base to prevent our vassals from rebelling. We also will do a few more things like get the lenient taxation, which offers an extra minus 15% liberty desire and subject. We're also going to give out the strong duchies privilege, which again lowers the liberty desire and subjects and actually gives us 2 more diplo relation slots. Because of doing so, we went down to very low liberty desire with all of our subjects. So up next, we're going to be getting royal marriages with them. Getting royal marriages means that you get an extra minus 5% liberty desire with your subjects. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing here. We're going to have to wait a few days before we get this guy back. So we can also get 2 more allies in the process, and we can do Timurid leadership, which offers us some military power and prestige because we got less than 40% liberty desire with our subjects. In order to prepare for war, we just need manpower levels like 60%, force limit 100%, and 1 general. So that might be a little bit of an issue because we start with significantly less than 60% manpower. I'm gonna get a couple of initial allies such as Jaunpur and Nogai. I will eventually drop these bad boys, but I'm just getting them from the beginning so that I can use them in my conquests of India and in my conquests of the Middle East, because obviously the first bit we're going to be conquering what I highlight right here with a pretty sudden dash into Sirhind and Delhi as well at the same time. And then after we form the Mughals, we're going to use the Mughal mission tree to very quickly grab up all of the Indian subcontinent before anybody even realizes what happened. And the reason why we're doing that is because the Mughals have unique abilities that will help them in a world conquest, which we will be doing as the third and final part of this campaign if we get, say, I don't know, 10,000 likes on the second video. So let's get the first video like goal first reached, I guess. I don't want to get ahead of myself here. Maybe people don't enjoy this run, who's to say? Let's get our rivals as well. Ajam, of course, Mamelukes, and Delhi, why not? That's a pretty decent rival since we're going to be attacking them anyway. One thing we can do to make it so that we get our manpower up to 60% and so we can do our mission is this. We exploited our manpower development. Don't get too worried about it though. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. We're also going to be recruiting some mercenaries, the Free Company in Tabas, and we're going to be merging up the rest of our armies over here as well in preparation for the war against Ajam. Also, let's go ahead and seize some crownlands, and in 1 month we're going to give the +1 mana privilege for all 3 of the estates. We're not doing it just yet because we need to wait for 1 month before we can get the royal marriage with Transoxiana. The diplo relations with them reset after 1 month, unfortunately, so that we can get this royal marriage, and that means an extra 5% less liberty desire, and then it's going to be significantly easier to keep Transoxiana in check, even though we're going to have basically 5% crownlands until the war with Ajam is finished. And I just realized 11,000 manpower is actually 60% manpower level. That is amazing because that means we can do our mission, and by doing that mission we've gotten the claims that we need, and we got built to force limit. So there you go. We can attack Sirhind and Delhi after the war with Ajam, and then we can form Mughals significantly faster this way. As I said, 1 month has passed, which means these guys accept our royal marriage now, and now we can give the +1 mana privilege for all 3 of the estates here. We're not giving anything else because we want to keep our influence as low as possible. That's also why I didn't summon the diet, because we're not that chubby, eh? But most importantly, it's because we want to keep the influence low. The lower the influence, the more prowlings we get from annexing provinces. So once we take our cores back from a jam, we're gonna go back to 20-something% crownlands. Now, it is extremely important that we attack these guys on the 11th of December, and make sure whenever you set the war target, you set the province with the highest development, because it's gonna be a little bit cheaper to take that one province. So the higher development means that you can take a little bit more as consequence. Right now, the highest development province they have is Tehran, so we're gonna set Tehran as the war target, obviously. There you go. We're not gonna co-belligerate Nogai because we don't want to have to fight Chagatai as well in this war. And let's go ahead and push for their provinces. Transoxiana is disloyal because they have a little bit over the Liberty Desire, so if we just improve relations with them a little bit, we should be okay. Or if we just grow our army strength a little bit, we could actually recruit more units now. Since we did our mission, we don't need to care about having less than 60% manpower anymore. Do make sure you instruct your vassals to attack, siege, or attach to your armies if you need it, so that they can help you siege down things a little bit faster. Gilman, formerly the slave soldier of the Timurids, were trained and educated at their master's expense, serving me at any capacity you wished for. Yeah, I got dyslexia. I'm not gonna read that whole shit. What are we gonna go for here? Army tradition. Hell, you know what? Let's go for the military, because we might use some of that military to get tech ahead of everybody else and use it against our enemies a little bit faster, right? You know what? I'm gonna get one stability as well now, and I could technically develop one of their provinces one time, and that's gonna lower their Liberty Desire by 5%, which is not a big deal also, since, let's face it, we're gonna have these provinces instantly integrated since we have cores on them. So by doing that, look at that now, we have no more disloyal vassals, as it should be. Clearly, we're also pushing for all these provinces because we got to get these for ourselves. And unfortunately, they did ally Nogai, so we have to fight the Nogaians as well. It can happen sometimes that the Ajam gets no allies, which would be the most optimal situation, but of course, it's up to you if you want to restart until they get no allies. I think it's even okay with Nogai, because we can maybe even take a couple of provinces from Nogai to expand afterwards into the Russian areas whenever we border them, right? Now, our starting leader here, Shakarur, has a unique modifier, which lowers the Liberty Desire by -5% and another -50% because he was an absolute Chad Lord from a historical perspective. But yeah, when he dies, this goes away, so it's going to be a lot harder to keep your subjects in check. Now, I could piece him out, but guess what? I just realized I could get a lot of money if I wait for a little bit of while, because then we get the capital and we can take all the monies they got as well. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? It's going to help us out in our campaign after all. Okay, so now that that's done, let's see how much exactly we can take from them. War reps, war, all that stuff. I would like to take some provinces too, but when I really think about it, do I care about the provinces as much? I could technically take this and give it over to my subject, so I don't need to worry about coring it up, or just keep it for myself. You know what? Screw it. We're taking it. We're taking it so we can have access afterwards into the north a little bit more. Probably should have taken Telyabia as well, but it's fine. The reason I did that is so I have the Kazakh nation that I can release now, and look how many cores Kazakhs have. They basically have the entirety of Uzbek and half of Chagatai that I could feed them afterwards. Sell of titles. Don't mind if I do, sir. Don't mind if I do. Because now we have 2 stability, so we can do this mission as well, which offered us some more claims now on what? I don't know. It gave us claims on something. What the hell did it give us claims on, actually? Hold on a second. Where's my claims at, bro? Let me actually read the mission. Right, so those are claims on Transoxiana, Kutul. Okay, these are useless claims because we already have cores on those provinces. Whatever, man. Literally one siege away from finishing this entire war here. Once we've gotten this province, we have basically all that we need to enforce 100% war score. We've taken back Shiraz as well, so I don't think we even need to destroy that army. We don't need to waste our manpower pool anymore, do we? Let's go ahead and see what we're gonna do here. We can fully annex Ajam, and we can even take the one province of Yasuj. Right now, they got 133 province war score, but we got 20% reduction because these are cores. So let's fully annexation us. Buyashnoki donks. Like I said before, we have more vassals now, so some nations are gonna be a little bit more disloyal, unfortunately. And I'm looking at you, Transoxiana, of course. Go ahead and make all of these full integral cores. We can also do expand Timurid's mission, and we we can also check, and we have 17% crown lands now, which is amazing. Let's do the merchant mission so we get some actual money, and let's also give out our estates now. Fairly standard estate, nothing out of the usual here. Increase levies, supremacy over the crown, grand court positions, etc. Religious diplomats, clerical education. Obviously for the merchants, you don't want to give the economic freedom until you have above 30% loyalty, otherwise you're literally getting a debuff. But stuff like the merchant financial demands is pretty good. Okay, so because we unpaused, our liberty desire with Transoxiana has actually gone down since we've increased the amount of crown lands that we have, and we don't have the liberty desire from subject development debuff as big as it was before. But that being said, we can make it even better by paying off their debt. That went down to 36% now, which is way better. So let's just improve relations with some more of these nations that we just made our brand new vassals, of course. And let's also go ahead and start our expansion into the Indian part, because Delhi is waiting for us to destroy them, basically. Let's go ahead and also get to development here. So we do our mission, Boyashnokidongs. Since we've also grown in size, we have a higher income, we can get the construction time and construction cost. But most importantly, we can get more mercenaries now. We can get the Grand Free and the Independent Company whenever we need to. I've also dissolved the alliance I had with the Great Horde. It is very much so useless, and now it seems like we can even get the alliance with the Ottomans. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get that alliance. Temporary alliance for sure, considering that the Timurids, just a few years prior to the start date of our campaign, literally killed one of the Ottoman sultans. What was it? Bayezid got killed by the Timurids, right? No! Okay, well, we have an issue here. We got the death of Shakrur. That's gonna be a pretty sizable issue, actually. It sucks, but it is what it is. That means we have a lot of very disloyal subjects, unfortunately, now. We will be able to make them loyal again whenever we lower this liberty desire below 50%. So we can do that by improving relations and so on. Most importantly, it's vital that you are at war whilst you're getting your relations, your liberty desire lowered for the subjects. Otherwise, if you're not at war, they will declare their independence war. So we're gonna attack the Delians in 7 days. There you go. Pause. Make sure we don't give a chance to the subjects of ours to actually rebel against us. Hold on a second. I got claims on Lahore, right? I think Lahore is the highest development one, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and set Lahore, Buyashnokidongs, and let's go with the war. We're also gonna crush these rebels here, and whilst we're doing that, prepare for the assault into Lahorian lands. I mean, Delian lands. Another way to improve our vassal situation is to just get more units. So we're gonna hire the Free Company and then the Grand Company if we need to afterwards. The more military power we have, the easier it is to keep in check your subject. Also, we can of course placate them if we need to. So we can say, oh, we can actually pay off these guys' debt. There you go. That made them more loyal. You guys have debt? You don't. If anybody else has debt, we can pay it off. There you go. A little bit more loyal for these guys too. Afghanistan, any debt for you? You do have. I just need to get money to pay you off. All right. So then let's get the burger loans in that case. Debt at the Merchants Guild, and let's go back Afghanistan. Pay off the debt. There you go. We don't need to worry about them anymore now. I'm gonna go check who else has a debt that needs to be paid. Transoxiana is gonna be a little bit more tough to handle. That is for sure. Luristan and Ardalan, I'm not too worried about because they already have a truce with me. So I'm just gonna use my extra prestige to placate the leader of Transoxiana, and then I'm also going to develop their province once, which is gonna bring them below the 50% threshold. So there you have it. No more disloyal subject at all, even though Shakrur is obviously dead and we don't have the amazing modifier that came alongside him. Because I know a lot of people are always commenting, oh, Shakrur dies, I don't know what to do, Ludi. Well, look, I got 2 more subjects and I'm still able to keep everybody in check. It's not rocket science. Literally very, very easy if you know how to manage your country. So now the obvious question is, Ludi, how the hell are you gonna be taking provinces from Delhi when you have no adjacent provinces to them? Huh? How, bro? That's exactly how you guys sound to me. Anyway, here's how I do it. So earlier I set my diplomatic feedback over here to provinces of vital interest, which is why my subject Afghanistan has been getting claims on them, right, Afghanistan? Nope, no they didn't, because they suck. So instead, because I cannot rely on Afghanistan, I'm getting the claims myself, so I'll be declaring war on Ladakh and then Kashmir, taking some lands from them, so I can afterwards take lands from Delhi. But yeah, that's pretty much exactly what's going on here, boyos. I'm at the mercy of freaking RNG, and RNG is not really on my side, unfortunately. Quite literally, as I just said that, these guys got a claim on Ladakh, Kashmir. Ludi, show me the hacks! Show me right now the hacks, Ludi! Ludi, suck on these, bro! Okay, buddy. Alright, buddy. I see you, okay? I saw you. I freaking saw you right there. You know what I have to say about that? I have to say, keep coping, bruh. Keep freaking coping. Because we gonna be making Delhi great again, boys. And by Delhi, make great, I mean, we're gonna wipe him out. We're gonna make him our little schnappledork. After multiple failed attempts, we did eventually get Lahore. So let's go ahead and wipe out their army as well now. So we have an easier time afterwards just dealing with the rest of the enemy's troops. What is this? Timurids loses core and bam, seed bam to... No. You know what? Actually, screw you, Sistan. You want to be disloyal? Go ahead. Go ahead. Make my day. I don't give a single schnaps. It would also appear as if the enemy of Lagagadag over here is getting attacked by Dungadar. Did you guys even know these names existed in EU4? I bet you didn't know that Dungadar even existed here in the north of India. The famous Dungadarians with the gay flag that were in history that existed, okay? Shut up, bro. Tell me 5 things you know about Dungadar right now or I'm gonna get mad. Tell me right now 5 things or this is not gonna end up well for you. You hear me right now? It's not gonna end up well for you at all. Kashmir, the land of totally not massive troubles in modern times because it's claimed by everybody. In fact, Pakistan, India, China, even Skulinistan, the other one of the stands that everybody knows about, is claiming Kashmir as their provinces. Now I know what you're thinking, Ludi, did you just make up a nation by adding stan at the end? What kind of a madman would do that? I would not be messing around with that kind of stuff, okay? Skulinistan is as real as Flopistan, another one of the stands for that matter. Now unfortunately we cannot core these provinces right now because they are also cores of Delhi, so you cannot core, well, at least the province that we have, Margala, that we should start coring, we cannot because they're cores of Delhi. What provinces do we need? I guess Delhi, like this. Hold up a second, what were the provinces I needed actually? For Mughal Empire, I need to one of the following: Central Doab or Lahore, and Delhi. Central Doab and Lahore. Okay, so I can get Lahore. I don't need Sirhind. I can get Delhi like that or like this, and this would be less aggressive expansion. I could also get Upper Doab so I can prevent Jaunpur from attacking them, I guess, or not care about Jaunpur attacking and instead just take all the money that I can take from them too. That could work as well, I guess. Just as I was about to go ahead and siege the capital of Bangladesh, Dangadabur just annexed them. So now we have a new contender here. It's the mighty Dangadabur. The fearsome Dangadabur, for that matter. Everybody knows about their might and everybody's really scared of them, clearly. You know what? I'm surprised actually. We're getting quite a little bit of money. 6 ducats from vassals and another 3 from looting and 1 from knowledge sharing. That is what I'm talking about. Oh god, come on. Just as I was getting a little bit of luck here, the one stability strikes, brother. Why do bad things always happen to good people is what I'm asking here, man. Well, that was GG for those bastards, wasn't it, boys? Now, once we get this, we can do our peace deal. And I think taking more lands from them is probably the smart option here. I mean, money comes and goes, but just taking the land is probably more vital, right? Yeah, we're gonna take all of this. It's gonna make it easier for us to just consolidate our holdings in North India afterwards. And we're gonna be attacking Jangadangalang over here and these bad boys right after. So 1 days of siege, and it is a finito Mussolini, as they say in India. That's totally something they say there, by the way. And there you have it, boys. There you have it. After we've cored all of this stuff up, we essentially can form the Mughals, and let's also consolidate show a little bit so that we don't have above 100 overextension. Now, whilst we're waiting for the core to finish on Margalia so that after we can core up all the rest of this stuff, we can continue to expand. I'm going to be attacking these guys as well since we got the claim, and we might as well, right? And I'm going to continue to improve relations with my vassals so I can start integrating them in a few years. Actually, hold on a second. Baluchistan doesn't have any allies. That is a very easy freaking target for me in that case. So I can attack Baluchistan right after I finish my war against Ladakh. Also, forgot to get royal marriages with all of my vassals after I got a new leader, because getting that new leader basically broke all of my royal marriages since I was the one that sent the royal marriages in the first place. Just got myself a brand new rival also. Let's go ahead and send him a scornful insult as a means of saying hello in rival language. language. And let's attack yes Maximus. Booyah Snoky Donks. Look how loyal everybody is now that we got the royal marriages, and since we've grown in size considerably as well, and we've been improving relations with them too. Our vassals absolutely love us right now. Now take note, because we've got a connection with our separate lands by occupying the province of Gilgit, we're able to actually core up all these provinces, even though we don't have a continuous owned lane of provinces. You can also core up everything once you've gotten an occupied province in between. I know, because I'm telling you this because I know a lot of people don't realize this or don't know about this, so now you know, in case you want to sometimes in the future do some shenanigans with this. It's possible. Wait, we can now call in Jaunpur to this war? Oh my god. Oh, this is just easy mode. Alright, well, I don't need Jaunpur obviously against Ladakh, but can you guess why I called them in? Come on, I need to know in the comment section before I show you why. Do you guys know why I called them in? Okay, write down in the comments if you know. If you don't know, then here's why. Because they're allied to Multan, and them being in my war means they cannot join on Multan's war, and as such, it means that I can attack Multan without their beloved ally helping them out, and as such, I can basically have a free war against another nation, essentially. There you go. We're probably going to fully annex Multan as well, for that matter, because Multan is an integral part of the lands that we want to have here, and it's not too much aggressive expansion overall. It's actually extremely manageable, and it opens up the opportunity of attacking Sir Hind, of attacking Jasalmala Babaladu, and even Mewar afterwards, I guess. And yes, I know exactly what you're going to say next. Ludi, how do you know to pronounce these Indian provinces so well? It's unbelievable how amazingly well you pronounce Jababadababadabu as well. It's just, you know, I have a knack for this. Some people are gifted with being really good at sports. Some other people are gifted with being really good at mathematics. I, for one, I'm just gifted at pronouncing Indian sultanates and Indian nation names, essentially. That's what I was given when I was, you know, selected to be sent to this planet by my overlord. I mean, born. When I was born. That's what I got. Now, don't get fooled by this. Despite Ladakh having unconditionally surrendered to us, if we were to peace them out now, we would go to war with our ally Jaunpur, because they still are allied to Multan. That means we gotta finish the war with Multan first, or wait for like 30 months so they cannot join on their side anymore before we peace out with Ladakh, essentially. Keep that in mind. Very, very important information. It can literally screw up our entire run now if we don't pay attention to that, right? God damn, boy! Our double just expanded, ate out all of Shirvan here, and I guess some parts they gave to their ally Biapas and Karakoyunlu. So, wait. Oh no, they're allied to Gilan, not Biapas. Hold up a second. Did they just do this by themselves then? That is impressive. Alrighty, boys. Let's get our Diplomaticus Bacchius, and it's time for Fullium Annexationum. There you go. Nobody gives a single schnaps about you bastards here. Oh shit, I forgot. No! Oh, this is bad. I forgot to wait for these other provinces to get cored first. Okay. Well, I don't think concentrating is going to help me too much with this. We have a few more provinces we can concentrate here. It's still going to be above 100 by a fracton. Yeah. We might need to worry about some rebels about now. Hey, you know what? Since we already freaking did it, screw it, man. Might as well just annex these bastards also. Pointless, man. Actually freaking pointless, since we already went above 100, right? I guess we just have to deal with the rebels. It is what it is, boys, unfortunately. When is this going to finish coring, though? It's going to finish in 55. Just 3 years? We can definitely survive 3 years. 100%. Holy mother, I just realized I had no advisors. How did I forget to get freaking advisors, my dude? Actually forgot since the start of the campaign. What? We're going to need a couple of years anyway to finish integrating our vassals. So we're going to be improving relations with our vassals now, and we're going to be essentially getting ready for starting the massive wars that we're going to have in India around 1457, 58. After we form the Mughals, 100% of our attention is going to go towards conquering India. So we're basically just getting ready for that. And I just have like how many? 9 rebel armies that just spawned around my country. I really feel like this is one of those moments where Alt F4ing and going back to the period where you didn't make the mistake of piecing out Multan so fast would be a good time. But hey, you know what? Sometimes it'd be like this. You just gotta move along and make the most out of it, really. That means we're gonna have to get a lot of mercenaries now, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, we finally below 100% overextension, so we shouldn't be getting any more of these particular events from now on. How are we doing with our vassals? These guys are a little bit disloyal now. Can we pay off any of your debt? We can't. Oh my god, that's a lot of debt though. Holy shit, that's a lot of debt. Maybe I'll just develop you once, because I don't want to waste 300 ducats, and instead I'm gonna integrate you, because apparently that's something we can do right now, boyos. We got the relations with them, and we can integrate them right now. I know what some of you thinking as well. Why don't you use their cores to conquer back this stuff? I'm not worried about that because I'm going to release Kazakh afterwards, and they have the exact same cores. I don't need to stress about it too much. As consequence, and just getting Transoxiana means everybody else that is a vassal is going to be super loyal afterwards, right? Also send a little gift to Khorasan so I can integrate both Khorasan and Transoxiana at the same time. I would love to integrate all three of these guys actually at the same time. Yeah, let's do that. Now, because we don't want to get the -3 Diplo Rep debuff, we're going to give the Amir's integration policy, which is going to make a couple of these nations actually disloyal, but despite being over the Liberty Desire, they still will be integrated because we have cores on all their provinces, and essentially we've got 100% integration process on them. All right, let's go ahead now and unsiege these provinces that got sieged down, and make sure we make full cores out of our states that we've integrated from the vassals, so we actually blow up our economy and we become insanely freaking rich as consequence. Can also get control eastern steppes and take western steppes and Indian raid. Oh my god, I forgot about this mission. Holy shit, that could have given me claims on Lahore from before. I just wasted a lot of admin points. Fuck me, man. If I got Indian claim before, it would have been 25% less admin points to core up these provinces in Delhi. I am actually a freaking idiot right now. Like, actually one. Okay, we can also make Upper Doaba a full state now, and as consequence, we should be able to form Delhi now. I mean, Mughals. Oh wait, no, we don't have Lahore as a core yet. Okay, we gotta wait until 1455 July. Unfortunately, because we integrated 3 of our vassals, Afghanistan, despite being instantly integrated, also has lowered relations, so we need to improve relations before we integrate them. Same goes for Sistan over here. And July is here, meaning we can finally get the Mughal Empire formed. Let's go ahead and make all of these bad boys here states, of course. Take note, once we do form the Mughal Empire, any claim that we might have had from the Timurid mission trees, we're going to be losing. So that means we're going to lose a few claims here and there. Let's go ahead. Clicius Maximus, Boom Shakalokos. Yes, new traditions and ambitions. And it does mean we got rid of a couple of privileges, so we're going to have to give these bad boys back, such as the strong duchies for now. Also, take note, we got the Giants, the Brahmins, and the Rajputs, so we have 6 actual estates now, meaning we can have an extra 300 more governing capacity from giving these guys the land rights, essentially. And most importantly, we have the Mughal Diwan, which allows us to assimilate cultures into our administration, as well as it gives governing capacity. Now, take note, you do not need to be Muslim to have the Mughal Diwan. In fact, we will probably switch you over to Hindu in our run, because there's a monument in here. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. This guy here, the Vishnawaraga temple, which offers aggressive expansion impact -10% and core creation cost -10% as well, meaning it's going to make it super freaking easy to core up all the provinces that we're going to be taking in India. Plus, all of India is a Hindu, so by switching to Hindu religion, we prevent a lot of rebels as well in the process, at least religious rebels for that matter. And for those of you that don't know, the way that the assimilation mechanic works, once you have 100% of all provinces of a particular culture group, you will get specific bonuses. Like once we have all the Iranians, we get advisor cost -10%. Once we have all the Hindustani, we get 10% core creation cost reduction. So the Hindustani means these bad boys over here, Punjabis, Kashmiris, Handavi, Awadis, and all these bad boys, which means we're going to be having to attack and fully annex Jaunpur, since they are, of course, an Awadhi and /Hindu nation in the north of India. But all that juicy fun is going to be in the second part if we get the like goal, and I really hope we do, because I want to show you guys how exactly to be playing this run and have a lot of fun in the process, right? Plus, if you want to get the save, I'll make the save available to all my patrons and channel members. Link in description if you'd like to become one. And hey, until the next time, check out my awesome Brandenburg run. And I want to give a massive thank you to all of my patrons, channel members, and Twitch subscribers. I would not be able to do this without all your support.